SCP. Secure, Contain, Protect. SCP is the umbrella term for a community writing project stemming from a 4chan post in a paranormal forum in 2007. The original post was made by an anonymous user who was later identified as Wesley Moto42 Williams. Today, SCP has its own website, with over 7,500 catalogued objects and thousands more short stories. All of these pieces of writing circulate the SCP Foundation, a sort of shadow government organisation that specialises in finding and containing anomalous objects and entities. Their mottos best display this, the main one being the acronym Secure, Contain, Protect. The main one being the acronym Special Containment Procedures, and less known but equally understandable being We Die in the Dark, so you may live in the light. Now, of course this universe spans more than just the SCP Foundation, with many other groups like the Serpent's Hand and the Chaos Insurgency. As a community writing project, it's hard to explain the true expanse of the SCP Wiki, and that is why I'm starting this series. That's right, I'm going to be taking you on a journey through the SCP universe, mainly focusing on the expansive lists of items and entities with an occasional deep dive into a character or a tale. It's truly incredible the quality and quantity of works that are on this site, so let's give them the spotlight. Continuing from where we left off with Groups of Interest, the Fifth Church is a highly secretive religious organisation which has ties throughout the entire entertainment industry. Despite repeated investigations, no further details regarding doctrines, practices, members, or goals have been confirmed, although there has been a watch list placed on over 100 confirmed and suspected Fifthist celebrities and other prominent personalities. Its origins have been placed in varying points in the mid-20th century, and various locations from North America to Asia. However, some sources even date centuries earlier. The Fifth Church has never communicated directly with the Foundation, however, they are considered a hostile force. Gamers Against Weed is a loose organisation that specialises in procuring anomalies for satirical purposes or for their own amusement. More recently, they've been implicated in supplying anomalies to left-wing political organisations. While they organise their own activities primarily over internet channels, several real-world locations have been identified and raided, and current intelligence suggests that Gamers Against Weed is currently in the process of distributing a set of anomalous humanoids to parody Dr. Wondertainment's Little Misters series. Detainment of members has proven more difficult than anticipated, due to the belief that some of the organisers possess reality-altering capabilities, either from themselves or through access to other resources. Current operations are focused on contained and related anomalies and the identification and analysis of the most dangerous members. The Global Occult Coalition, or GOC, was created in the aftermath of World War II, from the remnants of defecting cultists, psychics, priests, and scientists from Nazi, Soviet, and Allied states, brought together and formed by the Allies. As the world came more together, so did the GOC, having many more countries joining its organisation. The GOC is largely a political force, seeing themselves as the police of the paranormal world. Their main objective seems to be the destruction of supernatural entities, by making use of the most high-tech experimental technology possible obtained from their benefactors. Many potential SCPs have been destroyed by them before the Foundation could obtain and contain them. They have both been on the side of and against the Foundation at different times, depending on the situation. However, they largely hold the Foundation in contempt for their use and containment of items, rather than out-and-out destruction. The GOC has mostly respected the Foundation's might enough to leave it alone. However, there have been some incidents which were denied by the GOC. Goldbaker Reigns Limited is an insurance provider for the anomalous world, and holds a seat on the Global Occult Coalition's council, due to the trust its predecessors gained from substantial recovery services provided in the wake of the Seventh Occult War. Goldbaker Reigns continues to provide services to the GOC, the Foundation, and many more. The modern incarnation merged from Goldbaker Limited, led by the enigmatic Goldbaker, and the Reigns Group, led by Werner Reigns, in 1981. The Foundation has a number of outstanding contracts with Goldbaker Reigns, policies from personnel insurance to providing materials in the event of containment failures. All of these contracts are entered into in good faith, but the Foundation also views them as a means of maintaining up-to-date information on the inner workings of Goldbaker Reigns. Despite the back and forth of trying to learn more about each other, the Foundation and Goldbaker Reigns still consider each other trustworthy enough to conduct business, and consider each other not a threat. Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting is supposed to be a circus of anomalous origin and purpose. However, there is no evidence that this group exists beyond the allegations of various sapient SCPs and a handful of damaged non-anomalous artifacts. Most related objects use anomalous deformities for the sake of performance in some way, or take the form of attractions for the show. Typically, objects related to Herman Fuller's Circus of Disquieting are found at fairgrounds where the show is said to have performed. However, there is still no evidence that any of these events have actually ever taken place. The Horizon Initiative was an organization created in the late 1960s by various influential sects of the three main Abrahamic religions. The organization was created as a response to the growing number of anomalous activities and groups which they perceived as threats. Their goals are uncertain, however, they have been seen to target SCP objects either with the intention of retrieving or destroying them, depending on the individual item. The initiative is led by 3 leaders from the largest sects involved in its creation. However, internal strife often leaves the official leadership in less than full control of the organization. The initiative's relation with other groups of interest and the Foundation seems to be in a state of constant flux. While they perceive other groups of interests that take a religious form with a great degree of hostility, sentiment toward the Foundation and GOC vary greatly, from open hostility to a limited willingness to cooperate, depending on the internal affiliation of the individual member.
The groups of interest in the SCP world really helps to sort of bolster it up. It really makes it feel more lived in. The fact that there are oppositions, and there are so many. While some of these aren't obviously direct oppositions, the ones I have spoken about today are. And whilst we get further, you'll see that this tends to be the case for a lot. I do love that the SCP Foundation, the Foundation themselves, are not morally good. So you can actually find yourselves somewhat associating with some of these other organizations. And when I say that the Foundation isn't morally good, it's very much the few for the many kind of thing. They are working towards good ends, usually, but their methods are definitely not ethical. In the next video, we will continue to look at more groups of interest, but for today, thank you for watching.